pretty sure by now everyone knows or has at least heard of GLOKK40SPAZ. He's been going up like crazy, partially due to him being currently locked up and then partially due to rumors of him signing to Playboy Carti's Opium label. It meshed with his image and his rapping style. He's really just one of the most unique rappers in the underground at the moment, but none of this happened overnight and he's been grinding for years to get to the point he's at now. So in this video, I'm going to be covering pretty much everything, including his whole come up and going over his discography. If you're a new fan or you just want to learn some more about him, then this is the video for you. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Spaz was born in Decatur, which is a city on the east side of Georgia. He would later move to Gwinnett County, but he's pretty much lived all around Georgia. Now as a kid, he constantly got into trouble and he would be suspended from school multiple times before he decided to just stop going around his sophomore year of high school. With school out of the way, this gave Spaz more time to focus on his real passion, music. From a young age, Spaz already knew he had the ability to rap, but he hadn't actually tried recording a song yet. He actually decided to start making music because of D Savage, which is pretty much the last person I'd ever expect him to be influenced by. And as a result, Spaz's first songs were more on the melodic side, but after not really liking the way his music was sounding, Spaz decided to switch it up and go no auto, adopting his classic aggressive style with the Xbox 360 mic. On October 20th, 2018, Spaz would drop Glokkin' featuring Baby Solid, which is his first official release. This song did pretty well, accumulating a couple thousand plays in just a few months, and it gave Spaz the confidence he needed to keep dropping music. He would start randomly releasing music over the next few months, and while people were tuning in, he wouldn't really pick up steam until 2019 when he dropped his first project, Don't Get Took Off. After releasing so many singles, Spaz had decided it was time for him to release a body of work to really establish himself in the game, and I would say Don't Get Took Off definitely accomplished that goal. It laid the groundwork for Spaz's career moving forward, and it gave him his first bit of buzz in the underground. Spaz would become pretty consistent over the next year, releasing several songs a month, which only continued to grow his fan base. He had some success with songs like Demons, Land of Low Glokk, and The High Table, and in addition to collaborating with fellow EBG members such as Baby Solid and Go One A, he would also link up with Flu Anchos, another buzzing ATL rapper, and more notably a member of slimesito's RSG collective. And all of these things helped him build connections that would come into play later down the road. On December 14th, 2020, Spaz released his second project, Don't Get Took Off 2. Now this tape was a definite improvement from the first Don't Get Took Off, and everything from the flows to the production, which was handled entirely by GLOKK, and the mix and mastering. Now although that was a great project, I feel like the tape that really changed everything for Spaz was Two Glokks, released July 29th, 2021. It was a collab tape between Spaz and producer 2Times, and in my opinion, the most professional body of work he released yet. In addition to the stacked track list with features from Rob Banks and none other than Sito himself, it really felt like Spaz had mastered his sound with this project, and the numbers showed. Songs like Free Sumo racked up hundreds of thousands of plays in a few months. Unfortunately, only a few months later, Spaz was locked up, but instead of halting his momentum, this really just helped him with hella people supporting and showing love, and when Spaz was released in early 2022, it was like he never even left. His fanbase had almost doubled, and his numbers just continued to increase. Spaz dropped his fourth project, Baby Whoa, on April 2nd, 2022. With 20 songs, this was easily the longest project he ever released. But with the long track list came a variety of different sounds. Alongside classic bass-heavy songs like Swamp and Let Me Be Your Plug, Spaz also returned to his roots to melodic songs like Live and Die Again and Musical Villain. This project also featured a remix of Spaz's song Dangerous Actors by Doo-Wop Kane himself. Doo-Wop had already showed love previously with the whole Lil EBG situation, but I think it's just cool that he continued to stay tapped in, supporting upcoming artists. And speaking of melodic songs, Spaz's next project, Spaz and Beat, was a complete 180 in terms of his career up to that point. The 9-track tape consists of Spaz harmonizing over plug and beat beats, which I don't think anyone saw coming. This is actually a really good project though, and I'm glad Spaz decided to switch it up. A lot of rappers that use the ATL/DMV flow get criticized for sounding the same, so versatility is always a good thing. On August 13th, Spaz dropped the sixth project, Don't Get Took Off 3. In my opinion, this is the best project he's released yet. The majority of the project is produced by Al Chapo, who in my opinion is one of the best producers in the game right now. There aren't really any bad or filler tracks on this tape. My favorite tracks are definitely I Slay Bitches, Reassurance, and Muzzle. If you haven't checked it out yet, I highly recommend you do because you definitely won't be disappointed. Now, one thing I have to give Spaz credit for is how much he drops music. In 2022 alone, Spaz has dropped at least 30 plus singles, which sounds like a lot, but I think every underground artist should do the same. When you're building a fan base, there's really no point to hold on to music. Just drop everything and eventually something will stick. And that's exactly what happened with his song Remember Me, released July 25th, 2022. Produced by Al Chapo and Sensei ATL. On the surface, the song doesn't really do anything different from Spaz's usual music, but I think that's the reason it went up. Remember Me takes Spaz's normal aggressive flow and puts it over a more mellow sounding beat, which is definitely more appealing to the average listener. As a result, Spaz finally started getting some looks from the mainstream. On July 28th, he received a DM from its Opium baby, or Jay, who is the creative director at Playboi Carti's Opium label. This started speculation that Spaz might be the label's next member, but we didn't really get any confirmation until 2 months later when Jay tweeted 00 GLOKK40, which seemed to pretty much confirm that Spaz was signed. However, there hasn't been any solid proof that he actually signed, and Opium members have actually denied the fact that Spaz is signed at all, so who even knows at this point. I personally don't think that he needs Opium at all. He has his own movement, he's doing big numbers independently, but it would be cool to see how he fits in with artists like Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely. At the same time, Spaz had also run into some legal trouble. This past August, he was arrested on robbery and assault charges, and he's been in jail ever since. Luckily, his supporters have been holding it down for him, and he's pretty much doubled in popularity since being arrested, which is good but sad at the same time. But overall, I think Spaz just has so much potential. He's only 19 and he's already shown that he can be extremely versatile with multiple styles of music, and with all the cosigns he's been getting, I think it's only a matter of time before he makes that transition to the mainstream. Man, hopefully they free him soon because I am not trying to see another Take-It situation. But that's pretty much everything. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe, like, it would definitely help me out a lot. And also, I never really be promoting it, but follow my IG. We not looking good out here, so, you know, if you got IG, just drop a follow, please. Also, let me know in the comments what else y'all want me to make videos on. With all that out of the way, I'll catch you on the next one, and free Spaz till it's backwards.
I bet what I say. I'm like 2K to a 2 Lord. I be trying to backdoor the best for me. I do a home invasion on the border. We get in packs in, crowd the border. Yeah, beat, this the extortion. Beat, this the extortion. Yeah, beat, this the extortion. Beat, this the extortion. What I say? Hold on, I'm gonna come back on the hook. What I say? What I say? Yeah. Beat his ass, then I white chomp. Got to tell him my bitch how they pack a waxing. I'm done.